do it with intensity or not at all.
Welcome to the Intensity Podcast. I'm your host, Hans the Hammer Hartleben. We got a guest in the house. Let's hear it. Oh, okay. She's not a stand-up comic, but she's got talent. Ashlee Casey, owner of Bluebird Yoga, is in the house. And she wasn't easy to wrangle in. You were hard to get my hands on.
It's way out of my comfort zone.
But nerves are good.
Yeah, nerves are good.
So we tell everybody anyways.
It's fine.
Well, we tell people at FIRE, at the fitness camp. At the fitness camp, yo.
Yeah.
People go, well, I'm nervous. Yeah, well, it's good. Nerves are good because it means it's worth doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I always said I played baseball, BABA, Badger Amateur Baseball, for 25 years. Mm-hmm. I said the second I stopped getting nervous going up to the plate, it's time to move on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's fair, right?
Yeah.
So nerves are good. If you weren't nervous going up to bat, like Sloan, nervous every single time.
Every single time.
I mean, that's that fight or
I'm
flight.
gonna have to tell her not to listen. She'll be so embarrassed.
At that age,
it's
anything embarrasses them. Anything embarrasses them.
Yes.
But that fight or flight type, that takes over and you respond quicker.
Yeah.
The veins become larger. We think quicker. Mm-hmm. The heart pumps a little faster.
Yeah.
Everything dilates.
Yeah. I mean, still to this day, every time I get in front of a class to teach and to start, I still get those nerves. I still have sweaty palms.
Yeah,
and I mean, sometimes you get up there and I know exactly what I'm going to say. And I get done and I'm like, yes, I killed that. And then there's sometimes that I'm like, I just look at them and I'm like, English is hard, everybody. Let's get down in child's pose.
I'm actually really glad that happens to you.
Yeah.
If you hear me on here, I fumble through words it's hard talking to yourself. That's my excuse.
Sure.
But
I'm here today.
You don't realize how much you feed on people. Even if you made a gesture, mm-hmm. The other human being in the conversation feeds off that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it really helps you. But when you have nothing at all, it makes it more difficult. But people say I like to hear myself talk anyways.
Yeah.
But Ashlee, like I said, is the owner of Bluebird Yoga. She is a hustler. She is a go-getter. I would know. I have worked out with her in camp. She will kick your ass. Okay? I'm going to be straight. This is the Intensity Podcast. We shoot them straight.
Sure.
And you and Pi have a blast at the 8:30 camps.
Yes,
and
we do.
You are competitive.
Yep.
And we have competitive people on this show. Mm-hmm. And we're just hoping we can get something out of you. Something, a couple. I usually say if somebody can take two things out of something that you said today, to make their life a little better, a little more, I was going to say comfortable, but no, we operate out of our comfort zone. Yeah. You have a family, 2 daughters.
I do, yes.
You just finished up 13U softball.
And you guys, we got one more tournament. Lord, it's still going.
So you started how early?
This season we started, I believe, actually May was the first game for summer season. And then now this is in the fall season, and it'll be the last tournament for the fall season next weekend.
And guys, just to put this in perspective, these guys are good. Her daughter Sloan is in 13U. Mm-hmm. They make a regular habit of playing 14U and crushing them to pieces. I have the Game Changer app that I never thought I would get into, but it's really cool.
And instead, you're logging in now every game.
I don't even have to. They give me the notifications.
That's right, yeah.
And I hate notifications, but I know that. So it is nice, that Game Changer app, because as soon as you get a notification, no matter what you're doing, I don't know you're playing, and then, that means you're playing. Yeah. So as soon as that hits, and I can just click it, what inning, where you're at, the whole deal. Yeah. It's super cool. But you have another daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And she likes to do what? Blair.
Yep. So Blair is, she's a 10-year-old, and she is my artist and my theatric child, all of the drama. So she's does theater with Children's Playhouse here
Wow.
in Stevens Point
Oh,
area.
really?
Yep. And lots of shows. She absolutely loves being out there and loves being in front of the crowd.
Wow.
And she's a fantastic artist. She really enjoys more like comic characters per se. And I know we've had art teacher was like, oh, does she actually know how to draw a human? Like with the proportions of their body and arms and legs. And I just said, yeah, but she just wants to draw it that way because that's her style.
Okay.
So she
Naturally.
So she has a very specific style. I mean, everyone looks like they have ankles that are 10 times the size of their thighs, but that's the style of it is just.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. When it comes to art, when it comes to poetry, there are no rules.
No. Yeah.
So that's super cool.
Yeah.
And being a unique drawer like that, I didn't know what you meant when you said artist for sure.
Yes.
But it's all art, really.
Drawing, yeah, I mean, it's
but
all
actual
art.
drawing.
Yes. Yeah. So she is everything that I never was as a kid, but loved. Like I loved to color. I could never draw. I was not that talented. But I loved to color. I loved art. I loved appreciating art, like you name it. And I loved theater. I went to not all, but a good majority of my high school productions, never with any intention to be a part of it or in it because I was in sports. So my other daughter, Sloan, is my athlete. And it's like they're the perfect halves of me.
Oh, that's really interesting. Hey, genetics are crazy.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, they are wicked.
They're wild.
And they're real.
Yeah.
I mean, just, we're going to talk about the puppies.
Yes.
So Vito, the small Yorkie we have, his brother is across the street at Terry and Donna's.
Yep.
And she tells me stories. I mean, they're exactly the same. They do exactly the same type of things.
Sure.
And they're not communicating.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's interesting.
Yeah. I tried to get a second puppy from the litter that we got, our dog Lola, and I got shot down. So I tried.
From the hubby?
Yeah.
From,
Tried real hard.
It's easier to say no.
You didn't have the money then to feed multiple dogs. We didn't have kids then either. You don't have those resources. We're like, okay, fine.
It's true. Yeah, it's that's what everybody has a dog now, and they have some freaking expensive dogs.
Yeah, they do.
Which I'm an animal lover through and through, but I am a chronic asthmatic with allergy-induced asthma.
Yeah.
So that's why I had the pig. I don't know if you knew that.
I think I heard that.
Hypoallergenic.
Yeah.
And I would love to rescue, but it could be a really long time for me. I mean, it could be a long day for me getting something that I'm completely, I take my inhaler enough as it is.
Yeah.
So I feel
I know a few rescues. I can help you out.
as long as we know, and I hate to be that guy of,
Know where they came from.
right.
Yeah.
The breeds are not important to me.
Yeah.
I love all dogs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I was going to say, sign of the economy being good, everybody has a freaking dog.
Yeah.
There's groomers everywhere.
Yeah.
There's like little dog novelty shops. Like that's a sign.
Yeah.
When you can't afford to feed yourself, there are less dogs.
Right.
So, awesome. So yeah, she works out hard at Fire Fitness Camp. And back to the 13U softball.
Yeah.
You guys went to nationals.
Yes.
You got second.
Yes, we did. And it was a team from South Dakota. I say we. It's not me.
Well, you're a part of. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
I
you are
got her.
playing.
I got her there.
I know how it is.
I got her there. But it was a team from South Dakota. They had a really excellent pitcher who I swear was 18 years old. Just a real tall girl, muscular, and was throwing the ball real hard.
And it's one game.
But we ended up, because we had lost initially in the bracket, and it goes into double elimination. So it put them down in the bottom. Our girls thrive on failure. When they fail, they don't quit. They're not like, oh, well, we're done, no big deal. They fight. And so it was no surprise on Championship Sunday.
Back at them.
The girls went at it and went 6 back-to-back games that day, knowing that when we got to the championship, we would have to beat that team twice.
Yeah.
So end up getting
Uphill battle, to say the
uphill
least.
battle, and
they welcome that.
They welcome it. They thrive on it. So sure enough, yeah, they got to the championship, go through the first game, we crush them, just absolutely destroy them. But we have to play the second game because they have to lose twice.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that you beat them.
Yep. And that second game came around, and I mean, it's 6 games later. Everyone is just dead.
Torched.
So yeah, so they ended up winning that one, and told the girls, yeah, you took second place. Well, one, that's beyond phenomenal. But
We're talking about nationals here.
yeah, you took second place, but you didn't leave any team undefeated. Those champions cannot say we went undefeated. They were beat. You just couldn't do it the second time.
Yeah, you got a piece of all of them.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It was a great experience.
And I've been around enough athletic teams to know there's something special about that team. And they've been together a long time.
Yes.
A couple girls come and go.
Yep.
There's been some changes, but for the core talent has been there, and those girls have played with each other for a long time as it is.
From the beginning. So I had just sent a picture to some of the moms today from one of the very first tournaments, and it's 8 of the 11 girls right now have been playing together from the very beginning. And I just said, I'm like, do you guys even recognize these faces? Because they have grown so much, and so much has changed. And we want to reenact the picture now too, of course.
Oh,
so,
that would be awesome. Yeah.
All the mom stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, whoever's in that photo, you got to do the whole thing, the same faces, the whole.
Yep.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Because Josh Morrison, he just all he can say is there's something special here. It's sometimes words don't describe. It's just there's something different about this team.
Yeah.
And you're mowing these 14 U's down. At that level, 1 year is extraordinary.
It's typical that for softball, the odd number year, so like your 9s, 11s, 13s,
Okay.
There's not enough softball teams out there to really make a whole separate division for those age groups. So it's not uncommon that all those age groups play up in the divisions.
Okay.
So, as the 13s, we were always going to be playing up in the 14s. But what they call that typically your odd year is your learning year. And it's the year that you get mollywopped and you learn what new skills you have to do. The mound has gone back a little bit.
You got to learn to lose.
You got to learn to lose. These girls don't care if they lose.
Yeah.
It's wild. They just take it and they're like, yep, all right, next game. And they move on. And it's
a lot to do with the coaching.
I think, yeah, definitely.
'Cause I've heard a lot of good things about the coaching staff.
Yep. Coaching staff is fantastic.
Keeps them, their vision and on board with each other and their head up.
Absolutely. And it's like, okay, you're mad. Cool. Be mad for about 30 seconds here and then knock it off. We don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah.
But in a very positive way, not in a like, hey, shove your
It can't drag
feelings
on,
down.
though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And that level, those girls can be temperamental.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Well, anybody can.
Yeah.
But you come too strong, and the wrong coaching moments, even parenting moments, have driven kids out of sports forever. Mm-hmm. That's the really sad thing. Is how many kids have dropped out of sports because they had a bad it could have been one freaking interaction with a coach that drove them out.
Yeah.
And then they stay stubborn, and the longer they're out, they don't get back in.
Yeah.
And I hate to see that.
I had a high school basketball coach that it was just all the wrong buttons for me. And I was a hard worker. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can.
And you tell me to run. You tell me when to stop. And I will just keep going. And I remember going through that season going, oh my God, all we do is get cut down. Our team was no good. I'm okay saying that our team really was no good. Mm-hmm. And, we're constantly losing, and it was always something so-and-so did, or Ashlee did, or this person did. It was never a coach saying, hey, that was my bad for running that play or running this or that, or like, we're going to get that the next time. Here's what we're going to work on, because here's what I saw in today's game. It was never that. It was always a blame. And I remember going like, Mom, I don't know that I want to play basketball anymore. I'd been playing for probably 5 or 6 years at that point. And I'm like, I don't want to play for him. And it's one coach, and could be one thing that all of a sudden goes, I'm out, I'm done.
In your case, it seemed like it was a few years of things. You know,
Well,
just,
it
you can only be driven down with
one
negativity.
season. Yeah,
okay.
one season with that coach.
Okay.
But yeah.
But more than one interaction.
Yeah.
I mean, lots of interactions.
Yes,
in
lots
your
of different
defense.
interactions, yeah. So, I mean, and by luck of the draw, quote unquote, luck of the draw, I injured my shoulder during the summer playing softball, and which I'm sure I tore my rotator cuff, and I just never did anything about it. Because why would you? And I couldn't pass my physical for that next winter to play, and I was like, cool, that's my sign. Like,
okay, sure,
I'm done, and I went into softball mode year round. And back then there weren't leagues year round, but I could get my hitting coach. I could, you know, take my cuts somewhere. And
you just reinvested your time, reallocated your time.
Yep, exactly. So.
Well, that was better for you, anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was.
But you did love basketball.
I did. Yeah.
Now you see the competitive things. There's footprints to this.
Yes. Yeah.
We're all lining them up here today at the Intensity Podcast. To talk about your yoga a little bit. Mm-hmm. How did you get started in yoga?
Yeah. So, as I've just said, like, I was an athlete. I played basketball, which, I mean, high energy, you know, constant running, constant stress, really. Yeah. You name it. And then same with softball. I played softball as well. And yeah, I mean, sure, there's not as much running, but still plenty of stress, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of anxiety with it. And it was in my nature. I had an older brother, so right from.
But how is yoga? You know, that's a
Right.
unique.
Yeah. How did I get to a calming practice?
Yeah.
That I just zone out and do the things?
Exactly.
You'll laugh. I wanted a yoga butt.
A yoga butt.
That's literally.
Because yoga pants were invented for yoga originally, right?
In the West, yep. Yeah.
Okay.
They were everywhere.
California?
And, yep.
Okay.
California, first thing you were seeing. I mean, and it was everyone in these tight. And I'm like, God, everyone doing yoga. All these pictures I'm seeing is someone
That's
doing
what did
yoga.
it.
They got a great butt.
And they had yoga pants.
And
no one else
they had
had
yoga pants. And I was like, I'm going to start yoga. I mean, I'm built like a brick shit house. Like, I am straight up and down. There's no hips, there's no waist, and there's no butt. So, like, when I'm in my squats, I am getting down in my squat and lifting heavy. I'm like, anything I can do to, like, give me some sort of tiny little peach, whatever I got. But I wanted a yoga butt.
Wow.
That's what
But that's the
started me.
reality of it.
It's the physicality that started me in it.
Wow.
Probably, I know, isn't it silly?
No.
2 months.
It's just interesting.
Yeah, probably 2 months into practicing, about 5 days a week. Like, when I jump in, I jump in. Like, when
Practicing.
I signed up for fire, I was like, yeah, give me the 2-year contract. Like, let's go. Because I know I'm going to use it. And I know I'm going to go every day, sort of thing. So I was probably about 5 or 6 times a week I was going. And it was a really early morning class. I absolutely loved it. My husband, well, he was just my boyfriend then. We had moved to Appleton. And you didn't see a lot of studios around then. And I was passing, and it was called Yoga Fusion.
Okay. Where was that located?
It was off of Northland.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe it was off of Northland. I'm sorry, Susie, if you listen to this and you're like, it was not off of Northland. It was 6 minutes from my house.
Okay.
So I knew that I could
Proximity was great.
Proximity
That's
was
important.
Good. I knew that I could go for an hour class, come home, get ready, and go to work.
Yeah. Well, because you're flying.
Yeah. But those first few classes, I remember thinking, I'm like, okay, like, this is nice. But then, like, okay, you got me in downward dog. And I'm like, okay, why is the sweat, like, dripping off of my face?
That's the thing.
They were heated infrared.
Okay.
So I was like, why is sweat? Like, I'm like waterboarding myself right now, like in downward dog. But then it was like, okay, you know, we're holding this position. And all of a sudden I'd find myself, I'm like, I'm shaking. And she's like, and shaking's okay. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
fine.
see, I like that instruction.
Yeah, I'm like, fine. Shaking's okay. This is fine. I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of started clicking for me. And it came to like a situation where I was at my job and I had a sales rep come over. I was an interior designer. They handed me a drawing and it was like, client hated this. We'd redo it. And I probably would have like blown my gasket on him. And
that's a tough one. It's a personal thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was like, okay. I like got it, and I'm like, okay, sounds good. I turned around, and I walked back to my desk, and I sat down, and I go to redo the drawing. And my coworker comes up to me, and she goes, Ashlee. I'm like, yeah, what? She goes, what the hell's going on? What? She goes, you would have bit his head off. And I'm like, yeah? She goes, oh, you got to keep going to yoga.
Wow.
I'm like,
You didn't even realize
and I
it.
didn't even listen. I was like,
It took her.
oh.
But it's so profound that she came over at
She
least and
came
said
over
something
and
about it.
realized it. Yeah, and I was like, oh, I suppose. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't bother me. And like, because what yoga does, I mean, besides obviously physical, I'm a very physical teacher, and that I think stems from my athletics, and that
Sure, makes sense.
not the spiritual, the this or that, but just
Yeah.
every teacher has a theme or something that they say in that class that all of a sudden you're like, oh, hang on, like it changes your perspective
Yeah.
or gives you that opportunity to go, I didn't think of that.
Yep.
How does that apply to me? And like next thing I know, you're in a mindful practice, like, and you're focused.
Mindful practice.
Yeah, you're.
Like that.
I call it a moving meditation, because you don't have time to think about anything else. I didn't have time to think of anything else.
Write that one down.
Yeah, when I was in class, it was, don't fall on your face, don't wipe out. Traditional yoga, don't fart. Okay, you're like, no, okay, hold it in. But that is such a normal part of yoga now. Like, it's so funny to like people hear it, they'll giggle. I'm like, okay, everybody, get your giggles out.
So people
And
laugh
we're
because
back.
how are you
Oh,
not
yeah.
laugh? I mean, is there any, no matter how professional
Yeah.
you are,
Yeah, and
a fart noise is going to be funny, right?
yeah, absolutely. So,
But you can't hold that gas in because that's
shouldn't.
that's tense.
No, it's more dangerous.
You're working against yourself.
yeah. So yeah, it just all of a sudden it's like I'd get out of class and I'm like, whoa, like I didn't think of my grocery list, or I got to go home and clean the house, or I make sure I go feed the dog, or my husband at that time was traveling a lot for work. When I didn't have kids, we joke all the time. I loved it. Like, okay, bye, honey. You're going to be gone for 4 or 5 days. Like, see ya. Like, cool. But it was like, okay, I got to cook my own meal tonight. Like, I didn't think of any of that when I was in class. So just for that hour, having nothing, being blank, and just focusing on my breath and focusing on my movement and what that was doing for my body. I mean, it's a slow
You're
change.
connecting with yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Yep, it's that mind-body connection that we
Yeah.
talk about. So yeah, it all of a sudden clicked and was something that I craved. Like, okay, everything.
While
is-
you're going to these yoga sessions,
Yep. Yeah,
but on a real regular
on
basis,
a really regular basis,
and you're wanting more.
and I wanted more. So I.
How long have you been doing at this point? How long have you been doing the yoga sessions?
As far as like how long have I been practicing?
Yeah, before you're like when you're talking about this, where you're at back
Oh.
then, you're talking about Appleton still.
Months,
Just months.
just months.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't take long.
No, it's wild when you give it that opportunity. How quickly it comes, and it's not even give it that opportunity, but like be open to it.
Yeah.
Be open to letting that change happen, or realize, okay, you know what? I can hold still and shut my eyes for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For 30 seconds.
That's the wild thing.
Yeah.
And that's like true happiness too, not to get super cliche or anything too, but like hiking,
Oh, yeah.
when you're by there's no sounds, guys even sitting in a deer stand, I think they get more therapy out of that than they realize.
Absolutely. Again,
Connecting with yourself.
moving meditation. So's the gym. That's a moving meditation. So yeah, it was one of those things that I really connected to. I had built it into my wedding day that I was going that morning to class, and then I was, having to be here to get ready and so on and so forth. She shut down 2 days before my wedding, and with no
Just a note on the door.
notice. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? I'm like, well, I could look something up on the internet and like do a virtual class. And I'm like, I needed it. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
you
need
were
to clear
freaking
my
out.
mind. Yeah. And she ended up a couple months later opened a location downtown Appleton.
Empower. Really? This
Yeah.
is, my sister worked there.
Yep. Yeah.
She taught yoga there. That was Empower. Yeah, beautiful space. Like
Mm-hmm.
really neat looking from the outside on the corner.
Yeah. So I.
Oh, look at this. Connect the dots here.
So I, that's it. Susie was my first. The owner of Empower was my very first teacher, and I had always kind of said, I'm like, you know what? When I go back, like if I ever want to teach, because all of a sudden I'm sitting here going, I want everyone to feel this. I want everyone to see what this like clarity like. I'm like, I'm going to teach.
You're going from being, selfish. We ask people to be selfish during camps.
Oh yeah, yeah.
This is your time. You need to be selfish.
Yes.
And all that transpired somewhere along the line that it was so.
I want other people to feel this.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was, down the road a few years, my husband and I got
Okay.
married. I survived the wedding without yoga in the morning.
Okay.
We're married. We've been married now 16 years.
Okay, it works.
So, yeah, we're good. And see, English is hard. Lost my train of thought. That's my mom brain coming in.
Well, this happened to me. I have no excuse.
Wanting to share with other people.
That's
and
pretty
that.
quick. See,
Yeah.
look at that.
See? Here I am.
3 seconds.
Well, down the road I go and I look at programs, and by then Susie had started teacher programs.
Okay.
Through Empower. And
Like certifications.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, how cool would that be to like go get my certification from the very first yoga teacher I ever had?
So she was welcoming part of her. She's changing her model a little bit.
Yes. Yep.
She's saying, I know how many people love this. She wants to teach people how to go teach other people.
Yes.
She wasn't nervous. A lot of people were worried that they're going to be their competitors and everything else.
Correct. No.
So how did that all work, the certifications?
Well, I got pregnant, and so then that went
That
out
was
of
it.
my
Yeah.
that went out of the
Didn't have to
window.
worry about that
Yeah.
anymore.
And then I was like, oh, like once Sloan becomes so and so age, like then I'm gonna go. And I was ready to go again, and and then I got pregnant again. And I'm like, okay, just kidding.
How many years are they apart?
They're 3 years apart.
Yeah, that's a good spread.
And just under 3 years. Yeah. And every time that we were moving states or homes or you name it. So I got out of all the moving because I'm like, sorry, carrying a baby.
It's real.
And so finally we moved back here. My youngest Blair was born up in Wausau. So she was born in this area, and then it was the same thing.
And she's 10.
She's 10 now. Yep. We're like, when we get to this age, we'll do it. No, when she get to this age, we'll do it.
So you kept it top of mind, though.
I did, yeah. Empower was still going in Appleton, but Susie herself had personally moved down to Whitefish Bay and opened a location there.
Okay. So she didn't own that location. She sold it. Somebody else was running it.
Yes, it was still running it. Her and her husband, I believe,
Oh, okay.
under their umbrella.
Okay.
But then they had the location in Whitefish Bay. They had one in the 3rd Ward. And then I think at that time, too, maybe out in Germantown, I believe it was.
Where's the 3rd Ward?
3rd Ward, downtown Milwaukee. You've never been to the 3rd Ward?
Maybe I have. I've been to Milwaukee many times.
You probably have. Yeah. It
sounds scary.
No, it's not at all. Not at all. It's cool old buildings, hip restaurants and bars and
I spent a lot of time on Water Street.
Sure. So yeah, either way, I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to go back to her. And finally I started a class, or taking a class. My good friend now, Jen Novotny, she taught out of D1 training when they were in the building with like SPO and stuff like that.
Yep.
And my neighbor was like, I go to my good friend's class every Monday. Like, do you want to come? Like, I heard you like yoga, or you were, practice yoga a lot. I said, yeah, I'd love to. And I started going to her class, but it was just Monday. That's it. And I'm like, how do I get more?
Mm-hmm. That's the only time she offered it.
And it was the only time she offered it. Yep. I'm like, how do I get more? I'm like, okay, I can't get more. And well, there's one downtown. Well, a month later, that one closed and up and packed away. And then, there's another one downtown. But there's no times that fit with daycare because what am I supposed to do with my kids? And my husband was still traveling.
Okay.
So I, again, pushed it off. How far can I go? And I'm in one of Jen's classes the one day, and you kind of naturally start gravitating, just like here, you gravitate towards where you warm up every day or who you're sitting by, standing by, etc. So same kind of thing in yoga classes. People gravitate towards their spot.
Okay.
And my spot was next to this older gentleman. His name's Dan. He's now our Dan, our yoga man.
Okay.
Love him to death. And there was one time he stops and he goes, "Are you a teacher?" It's like, "No." And I'm like, "I'm not." And he's like, "Oh, you should be." And I'm like, "Well, just because I can stand on my head or, whatever." I'm like, "Should that make me a teacher?" And he goes, "No, I really think you should." He's like, "Just talking to you." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
You could pick that out.
Yeah. And all of a sudden I kind of stopped.
The
and I'm like,
passion behind it.
right. And I looked at it and I'm like, you know what? Like the girls are old enough now that, because the program itself was down at Whitefish Bay and it was 6 months, 2 weekends a month. You'd be gone for the whole time. Okay. And I was like, okay, you know what? Girls are old enough now. They're not so much of a burden for my husband. Of course, as a woman, I would think that. Like that's it. Why I couldn't have gone when they were babies. He could have taken care of them. It was just fine. Don't get the feminists started
I know
in me.
what you mean.
But I was like, yeah, like this is a good time now. He can take care of them in those 2 weekends. Like I can go. I missed something of my one daughter's, and I just remember sitting in the hallway outside of the studio bawling because I was missing it. I'm like, this is fine. This is one time. Like we're going to be in 1,000 other things. Got over it, got back in, and we're fine. But like I just vividly have that remember, like around the corner, tucked myself in the corner, and I'm just like sitting there bawling. I survived.
Well, you're a team player when it comes to your kids.
Yeah. So yeah, it was 6 months. It was May of 2019 I graduated.
Okay.
Then and so think May of 2019.
Going into COVID.
Yep, jumped into a local studio. It was up above, what is that one? Skips.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's batting cages and
Yeah,
stuff up there.
there used to be fights up there.
Yeah. So.
Like organized.
Yeah.
Boxing, martial arts.
Right. Trust me, plenty of yoga people wanted to throw fists at me for some of the things I made them do.
That means you're doing something right.
Yeah, I was doing something right. So, so I taught out of there. And then Power Yoga or Plover Yoga had opened as well. That was on Post Road.
Yeah.
Yep. So they're still there.
Yeah.
So I was teaching for them and teaching for others, and I was like, okay, this is great. And then COVID hit, and everything shut down. So the one above Skips tried some virtual.
All like the physical things that people needed.
Right.
For sure was shut down.
So they tried. They had tried some virtual stuff, but it just wasn't quite working. Plover Yoga, to their credit, jumped on the virtual train right away, had Zoom set up, had it where, if you want to come into studio, you could do it. If you could do it from home, here's how you log in, etc.
Accessible.
No one taught me how to teach virtually.
Yeah.
And just like you kind of had started talking, I'm laughing at my own jokes. I'm not feeling the energy or whatever, and I'm holding this one pose.
No, it's completely different.
Yeah, and I have to mute them so that they can
You're
hear
wondering
my
if
music.
they're booing or what are they doing?
100%. Like every now and then you're kind of like peeking at the screen going like, are you guys still moving?
Because you could see there was Zoom, right?
Yes.
So you could see little
Yep, I could see the tiles.
images.
Per se. I
don't know if that's helpful or not.
If they turned their camera on.
Yeah.
So, all the disconnect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm holding a pose, and like I said, I'd crack a joke, and I just remember turning to the camera and being like, this is weird. And is anybody laughing? God, please say you're laughing. Because I thought that was funny. So, yeah.
It just took me a little while.
Yeah. Crickets. That's exactly what it was.
How do you get energized off of that?
Yep. And I had did a whole little setup in my basement, brought my nice outdoor rug in and put up some curtains and had a little palm,
making a vibe.
Trying to make a vibe. All the while, I'm smelling my husband making bacon upstairs for breakfast. And I'm like, oh my gosh, everybody breathe in, breathe out. And I'm like, all I have in my mind is I just want to go eat the bacon.
Yeah.
So it's I was disconnected, as a teacher as well. So as soon as, things were lifted and there was some sort of practice that you could have back in studio, I was in immediately.
Yeah. Which fortunately in Wisconsin wasn't long.
It was not.
We
No.
were very lucky, weren't we?
Yes, incredibly.
I mean, I don't know if we give enough thanks to that.
Yeah. But if you've ever tried to do hot yoga with a mask on,
No,
I
wouldn't.
Stupid. So I typically, there were social distance. They had stickers on the floor to be able to, put your mats out. And I always gave everyone the option. You want to take it off when you're on your mat? Great. Like, please put it back on. Like, I was never in a space that was mine, so I always wanted to be respectful of what that owner wanted.
You weren't policing everything really hard, though.
Correct. Yeah.
So I don't even know if it's our place to police. Play mask police.
No, not at all. Yeah. So it was one of those things that I got done with that, and I'm like, okay, this virtual sucked. Like, let me get back into studio, and I did that, and it was still virtual because she still offered virtual. So the camera would then just video us in the studio, with students and that.
That's a lot better.
It was a ton better, yeah. And like I said, I 100% feed off of energy.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I see Pie's hair whip off after a firebomb, like I feel the energy come off of that whip, and I'm like, nope, I got to get up faster next time.
I don't know how the hell she's so damn fast.
No, I'm trying to keep up with her.
Well, you both are keeping up with each other. That's when it's really fun.
Yeah. So yeah, it just became something that I'm like, okay, I need more of this. And at that time, I had an opportunity to have another studio space that I could kind of call my own. I'd always kind of operated under the name Bluebird Yoga. I never really wanted it to be like Yoga with Ashlee and anything like that. Or
to each his own.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, like I wanted a name. Bluebird comes from my kiddos. They're my bluebirds.
Okay.
I used to sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow when both of them were in my womb, I guess. I would sing it every night.
Okay.
And the theory or idea is when they're born and they're crying or fussing, they know that voice, they know that song, that rhythm. And honestly, with my daughter Sloan, it was immaculate. The first time that she actually calmed down when I started singing it, tears.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. And then she was, I think, 2 years old when she started singing it back to me.
It was ingrained.
Yeah.
She listened to it for 9 months.
Right. And 2 years and then some.
And after that.
Unfortunately, that backfired on me with my second one because Wheels on the Bus were.
Okay.
Sloan went through a Wheels on the Bus phase. So putting her to bed every night. So literally Wheels on the Bus go round and round is what made my second one calm down.
Again, to each his own.
Yes. So, so they're my bluebirds. In there, it talks about bluebirds fly. So yeah,
and that's one of the little perks with owning your own business.
Yeah.
You create a LLC or a legal entity name or a DBA that has some type of personal connection with you, and people don't actually need to know what it means.
Yeah.
What it stands for. It's a connection with you, and every little thing to help you drive your business and make your business about you.
Yeah.
I think is helpful.
Absolutely.
I think names are important.
Yeah. So I always kind of operated under that name.
I think it's great.
Yeah. And I was renting that space, like bike per class, for that studio space. And I was trying to, tell some of my other friends and stuff like that were teachers, like, hey, like you should come and like do a class too. Like it was decent rent. It was, cheap rent essentially when rent is crazy everywhere. And so I was trying to get people in, and my one friend looks at me and she goes, yeah, can you just pay me and I'll come teach a class for Bluebird? And I'm like, oh, let me check the legality of all that. And so, that's when I turned it then into an LLC, and it wasn't just
a business.
Yeah. And it wasn't just Bluebird Yoga. It was Bluebird Yoga LLC.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I had 10 teachers teaching classes for me in some way, shape, or form.
More people, more problems.
More people, more problems.
But good problems.
Yes.
You're scaling.
Yeah, right. So, and it ebbs and flows. Summer is just brutal for a yoga business. Every yoga teacher around here feels it. So it's like you went these ups and downs every time. So, I mean, you fast forward, we ran that well for, gosh, probably 3-4 years almost in that space. And all of a sudden, then I lost the space.
Okay.
And when that happened, I kind of had a feeling already that was on its way.
Okay.
So I had already met with another friend of mine who was opening a studio up next to her hair studio or next to her salon.
Yeah.
And I had just said, I'm like, hey, like something's just, it's off. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm being told is
Instincts.
what's happening. Yeah. And I'm like,
We need to listen to our instincts more as human beings.
oh yeah, for sure. And by this time I have scaled up to having a schedule management system, and that instead of just fill out this Google form and show up, I had punch cards, I had memberships and things like that going. And I'm like, I can't just up and walk away one day with all of this. And I said, is there any opportunity that I can utilize your space? I know it's much smaller, but as a Band-Aid, a temporary Band-Aid.
Yeah, absolutely.
That if something goes on, she's like, let's do that. That's totally fine. She goes, we'll deal with, the details when we get down the road, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, down the road was 2 months later. And thankfully, I'm so grateful for her every day. That's Rising Phoenix Yoga.
Okay.
Becky Diver, her name is. She's utterly fantastic. And
It's nice to hear you talking so highly of somebody like,
Yeah.
and you don't forget. People forget real quick.
Yeah.
Who let them in the door sometimes, even physically.
For sure.
People forget.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
So yeah, we bumped the whole system into her studio for the summer, and had given people enough warning to say, hey, please use your punches. If you are memberships by next month, we're going to stop auto pay on that. I'm happy to work with you on a discounted punch card to get you through these next couple months if you do still want to practice with us, like you name it. And they did. All of the membership people said, yep, let's figure out what that is. And they stayed through the rest of that time. But I had always been looking for a space too, and just nothing clicked. And
going through the numbers,
right? And I'm like, and the headaches. But more teachers, more problems.
Yeah.
That I was just like, you know what? Like, my kiddos are getting older. They're getting more involved. Like Sloan's softball team has always been a commitment.
Oh yeah.
And
to that level.
And a commitment that I love.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
When I am there, I don't want to be anywhere else. I barely stopped to talk to you when I
No,
saw you
I know.
there.
And I expect that.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. And so yeah, it was one of those things that I'm like, you know what, we're going to go on an indefinite break, and I'll still be teaching. I had commitments out in Marshfield with Mill Creek Gardens. Was been doing yoga out in the greenhouse.
Oh, nice.
Out there.
That's neat.
So I had commitments with them. I had some commitments with some of the rescues, because I do puppy yoga as well. If you want to talk about pure chaos, cute, the most adorable chaos in the world.
I need to see this.
Yeah.
Seen the goats, I've never seen
the
puppies.
Goats, it's a thing. It's definitely a thing.
Sign me up for that one.
Yeah. Well, what are your allergies?
I know it's worth it.
Yeah.
Nothing a few Benadryl
won't take care of.
Sleeping for 3 days afterwards.
Yeah. So I had some of those commitments and/or events. I like to do 108 practice, which is 108 sun salutations. I call it the burpees of the yoga world. So it's doing 108 of them in sequence together.
And you count them all out, or what? How do you keep track of 108 reps?
So, if you're doing it on your own, like, yes, people can. What I did, it was like a self-guided thing, is the practice that I was doing. So it was at both of your equinoxes, and then both of the solstices. So your fall and spring equinox and the summer and winter solstice. So those are the moments of change. And that's when a practice like this, it's very cleansing practice. So it's that opportunity to change. And so I had marbles, like those flat marbles is what I use.
Okay.
And it's typically, oh my gosh, I'm going to get it wrong now, but it's 9 sets of 12.
Okay.
in whichever way
Where
you
you're,
want to do it.
after you're done, you take one and place it. Yep.
Yep. And I, tell people, oh, okay, like when you fold, just choop, like, but find in your flow where that moment is that it fits best, that it's not like breaking you out of the meditation to move it. And then, you'd finish that and okay, whoop, that was a set.
It's kind of like the Chinese way of those little, they slide.
The sliding that, yeah, similar.
What is that called? You want to say hibiscus all the time.
Oh, I know. What you're talking-
Nabiscus.
See, Sloan would know. She's a wicked math person.
Gosh.
I can't
think of anything when I'm on a
No.
podcast, just so you know.
I'll let you know. You can put it in the comments later.
Okay.
Sloan will know.
There you go.
So I do, though, at New Year's, I do a guided one. So for that one, I don't expect people to count. I count for them. So I don't practice it myself on that day. I lead them through it.
Okay.
And so I don't know where I was going with my 108 practices. Those were commitments that I still had, and kind of took care of those and just kept up. And then next thing I know, it was my good friends were reaching out to me and said, hey, by the way, we kind of threw your name in at fire. I'm like, what do you mean you threw my name in at fire? And they're like,
good friends look out for you.
Yeah, they're like, well,
real friends.
They're like, I had my 90 day, and like they asked if
came
there's
up.
anything I was missing, and I'm like, I really miss yoga.
Yeah, glad they did.
Yeah, and she's like, and they told me that like, oh, well, we've had yoga before, and she goes, and I stopped them right there, and I said, you haven't had Ashlee.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, now I got to live up. I got to live up to that standard
So I
too.
want to talk about why you're so different.
Yeah.
What makes your program, which I'm about to experience?
Oh, sure. Yep.
What makes your program different?
Because I experience. Are you gonna? Am I gonna make you do yoga tonight?
Well, maybe not tonight. But I do. It's not power yoga, is it?
It is power.
It
yoga.
is power yoga.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So can you explain power yoga?
Sure. So power yoga is actually a very westernized version of yoga. It stems from, I believe it's Ashtanga and Iyengar style yogas, but it was generated by two gentlemen out in California, Baron Baptiste and Brian Kest. So they're kind of like the fathers of this westernized yoga.
How long ago was this?
Oh, you're testing things I don't know off the top of my head.
Does this go back a couple hundred years?
Not power, not specifically.
Because
yoga.
Yoga itself has probably been around for
thousands and millions of years.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would think it's been one of the first, most earliest practices.
Yeah.
Of meditation.
Correct. And the very beginning parts of yoga weren't even physical. That's just one limb, one branch of what yoga is.
It kind of grew that way.
So, what these two gentlemen did is said, well, how do we make this accessible to everyone else? Not everyone can tie themselves up into knots. How do we make this more accessible?
That's what you picture. A lot of people still picture that, I think, a little bit.
Absolutely. And so then they developed basically these sequence and poses that you could change and you can mix and you can match. Because something like an Ashtanga yoga, it is the same thing. You're doing the same thing, the same routine every day. And or hot 26 and 2. Well, it's 26 poses and 2 breath works.
Okay.
So like you go to a practice of that, and blows my mind some of the people that can teach that, because I'm like, how do you fill the space? How do you get anybody to really dial in when you're just doing the same poses every time? So that's what drew me to the power yoga, is because it was, here's the poses, you sequence them together.
Okay.
You fit the puzzle together for what it is. Oh, I'm working on hips today. I'm going to dive deep into this set of poses. And these ones can another day we'll go back. We'll go get
You're
those
programming
ones.
it more.
I'm programming it more, yeah. And that was me as a designer. I was never really truly your aesthetic designer. I could have cared less about the finishes, the colors, and the you name it. I was the puzzle. I was like, let me put 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. I got this. So I think that really leaned into designing, yoga program, I guess. Yeah, like you said, or sequences, as we call
What's
them.
interesting is yoga, really what you're doing is a mix of your two sides,
Yeah, yeah.
your sports and your art.
Yeah, it is. And it's a lot of fun. So what makes me different, if I had to put words in other people's mouths, I'm a lot more strength based.
Okay.
And I will challenge you, like I'll hold a plank. I'll hold a 10-second plank and you will hear groans coming from everywhere. And I'm like, it is 10 seconds, you guys. Like, but I also forget how to count. So, it's like,
It's longer than, yeah.
so it's accidentally, quote unquote, longer than 10 seconds. Or I'll put them in a chair hold and then I'll just start telling a story. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you guys can fold now. Bend, fold, like, and
Legs shaking.
and they know. And so it's always something that I'm challenging them to push past their edge.
Okay.
They'll hear me say that a lot. Like, find your edge and then decide when you're standing on that edge, are you going to push past or are you going to stay there? Is today the day you got to stay there? Is today the day that you got to pull back? And to let them know that any of the above are okay.
I love that.
Like, it's, sometimes, like I said, I've listened to your podcast and it's go, go, go. Like, what's your excuse? And why did it? And forward, forward, forward. And I'm like, oh, but what if we can just pull back?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah.
notch.
No, realistically.
Yeah. And so I try to offer a lot of different stuff.
When I say those things, it's like, it seems like people want to pull back every day.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So the way to combat that is you got to go forward. But I think
Right.
so honestly, what I liked the most about the session I did with the girl from Plover Yoga
Yes. Yeah.
is the very end when we just did, was that breath work? Then we just relaxed.
Yeah. Yeah. Shavasana or corpse pose, they call it. Like,
Okay.
you just laid down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people couldn't handle it.
Oh, yeah. No.
But
not at all.
I really got a lot out of that.
Yeah, you can, when a teacher gets to the end of class, and nearly every class ends in Shavasana. I say nearly because there's no rules. Like,
I think we were
again-
sitting up, though.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah.
Then you likely were doing like a specific breath work
Okay.
of some kind.
Okay.
Well, especially if you were sitting cross-legged, like, especially people that lift a lot of weights, like, that is not a comfortable pose
Yeah.
to sit in for very long.
Like crisscross applesauce. you mean?
Crisscross
Okay.
applesauce, yes. I used to tell people, like, if you speak kindergartner, it's crisscross applesauce. But next thing I know, I have a 5th grader and an 8th grader. So I'm like, can you still say crisscross applesauce, everybody?
Yeah.
But yeah, you can tell at the end of class, you put them into corpse pose and they lay down, and anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes is a good Shavasana. You get like into like an 8 to 10 minute, like, is excellent Shavasana, but you got to read your class. And I'll stand there and I'm watching over and I see this person twitching and that person doing that. And shout out Dan, my yoga man, he cannot hold still and he knows it. I tell him all the time. Like, I'll walk by and he opens his eyes and I'm like, shut your eyes. Like,
I had no problem with that.
yeah. So you kind of read the room. And
Yeah.
when you get to the end and nobody's moving, you're like, yeah.
Yeah, you got him there.
I killed it.
Yep.
And I start waking them up and someone's still over there laying down, not waking up. And I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I really buried them.
really did it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was a great class.
Absolutely.
But I mean, psychologically as a teacher, it's bonkers because there's sometimes I've walked out of classes and I'm like, that was probably the most horrible class I've ever taught. Holy cow. And then
they're coming up to you saying that was the greatest.
and they're coming up to me saying,
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
no, 100%. Like,
That's-
they're coming up going, I really needed that. Thank you so much. Like,
Because I think some of the times the silence is when something's really good,
yeah. Oh yeah.
especially yoga.
Yeah. My teacher taught me that as you're rambling, which I am today, like, you barely get
and
a
she
word
said
out.
she was nervous. Well, no, this isn't about me. Today's
I'm just
this
not
is,
looking at the camera.
No, this is you. Well, we don't do a lot on camera
Yeah.
anyway, just kind of accountability, but it's more, this is an audio
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. But she taught us to wait. She goes, every time you catch yourself rambling, wait. Why am I talking? And just stop. Why am I talking? is this important? Is this something they really need to know right now? Or do I need to just shut my mouth and give them space to absorb their practice?
This is what she taught you when you're teaching.
Through our teachers
Okay,
program.
because people
Correct.
will ramble when they're
Yep.
not coaching, teaching.
When they get nervous.
Everyone does. It's public speaking.
Right. So yeah, that was one.
It's worse than public speaking. Public speaking is just standing there. Mm-hmm. When you're doing something like you're doing, you're instructing.
Yeah.
All eyes are on you, and you're doing something physical.
Yeah. And then I try to shut my mouth, and I'm like, but they're all looking at me. I should say something.
Yeah, you want to fill human beings. We want to fill the silence with words.
Correct. Yeah. So, yeah, it's one of those things. I walk out of a class, and I couldn't tell you a single time that I've walked out of a class angry or upset or something. There's plenty of classes that I've gone in heavy, and I come out and I'm like, maybe I'm still heavy, but like a little less.
When you say heavy, what do you mean exactly?
I mean, whether it was just like a tough day or, just sad, not believing in yourself, like not even tired. You just
carrying a lot in, kind of on your
carrying
shoulders.
a lot in, right? And so sometimes it's like, okay, like yeah, actually I do feel a little bit lighter. Maybe I still am a little heavy, but I like feel a little bit lighter. But most of the time I'm walking out of it going like, yeah, I needed that too. And I'm a big believer in energy transfer. Mm-hmm. I think that's why I love the high fives after boot camps.
Mm-hmm. It's real.
Yeah. And honestly, like I haven't had it with camp where I'm like, I'm not touching anybody today because I don't want to share this energy with them because I think I usually take it out on the weights. So we're good. But there's times in class where I'll tell people like I will not be doing any hands-on assists today. And it's just my way of saying I don't want to transfer whatever I'm feeling right now.
Really?
I don't want that there, without saying so many words to everybody. And
But you're in a kind of a negative space that day, and you don't want to move that forward.
Right. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I mean,
Never heard that before.
Yeah. There's some people too that walk in for a practice and they're like, ugh, today was the worst. Like this happened and that
They're coming in
happened,
heavy,
and
though.
and they're coming in heavy. And even if I know I'm doing hands-on assist that day, I'm not going anywhere near that person.
Oh, that's good.
I'm not touching you. Nope.
I-
hard pass.
That's interesting.
Yeah. There's been some that
That's superstition to some extent. To me, I would say,
Yeah.
like with baseball, like everything's superstitious.
oh sure. Oh
Socks and
Yeah.
but that's kind of like a superstition too. Mm-hmm. There's some truth to superstitions, or they wouldn't be there.
Right. Yeah. And I mean there's
I don't
times-
want to touch that person. They're negative. That's
Yeah.
a really
Yeah.
It's.
and it's not in a bad way. It's
But in all reality, in life, though, do you want to hang out? Do you want to be close in proximity to a negative person? No.
right.
You want to get away from them
Yeah.
and find the positive people.
And honestly, it's worked the other way though too. I come in amped up sometimes that I'm like, nobody needs this energy at 7:30 at night.
Puts you down a little bit.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm not touching anybody. Cause like if I do, like I'm gonna jack them up. Or I'll be laying in bed at 3 a.m. and I'm like, damn it, who was it? Who gave me this? Like I did hands-on assist tonight. And I'm like, and I was so tired.
I'm
all
going
day.
to start thinking like this because
Yeah.
that interests me, and I do believe in that.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean,
But what about that negative person now? Couldn't you say, well, I'm feeling, I'm not using your right words, but
Oh no,
I'm
I'm
or
positive. I'm
okay.
up. Yeah.
Couldn't I
Give them some of that.
give them some of that?
Yeah.
Instead of
Yeah. It's a by feel thing.
you just decided that for that person that day, it didn't feel right.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And or like some people, I mean, it is like I feel like they can their body language is telling me.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, if they are, it's bad. Yeah, I will. I'll go over and I'll do them. And is something else I was taught is just like after you're done, like rub your hands together and then flick, like you're flicking, literally
Moves energy.
flicking
Yeah.
that bad energy
Yeah.
off, cleaning your hands of
Yeah.
it. And I thought it was the woo-wooest thing of all. And again, for someone whose yoga practice is much more physical than we are spiritual, it's just the truest rings through as the truest thing for me.
I love it. What would you say what kind of advice, pitch yoga, basically, the benefits of yoga, you did cover a lot of them, but
Yeah.
to somebody that's a real go-getter, real stressed out life, maybe thrives on stress, doesn't like to go backward, doesn't like to sit and do nothing.
Yep.
Always got to be busy.
Yes.
What benefits does yoga shine on that individual?
Sure. So, I mean, first I'm going to ask them to touch their toes, and they're going to tell me, well, I am not flexible. And I'm going to ask them, your body or your mind?
Love it.
And like, let them stop and think for a second.
Yep.
And most of them are like, well, my body. Well, it also sounds like your mind. If you're telling me like, I can't do yoga because I'm not flexible, that is not what yoga is about. I don't want you to touch your toes.
Well, they shut you down right away.
Yeah.
So their mind's not flexible.
Yep. I mean, big saying out there. It's not about touching your toes. It's about what you learn on the way down.
Oh.
And so for that, I mean, for anyone.
See why we have her on here, guys?
Sometimes I come up with the good things, but I really didn't. I didn't come up with that one.
You don't have to come up with everything, though.
I know, yeah.
Someone did.
Yeah.
And you heard it from someone, and they heard it from someone. Right. This is just to keep it on top of mind and recite it is good.
Yeah.
It's not about who came up with it.
Yeah. So for
See, you just got yelled at for saying something great.
I know. And I'm not going to say sorry. That's my other thing. I got taught to never say sorry. Women.
Well, you can say it too much, but I mean, I think you got to apologize in life.
Well,
but
if I hurt you, I hurt you, or intentionally hurt you or hurt your feelings.
Yeah, you don't seem like an apology person. You and Vi would get along great. Nobody was ever wrong.
No, we were taught. I mean, and it was.
She's never been wrong.
Neither have I. Ask my husband.
You got I know the two smartest human beings in the world.
Yeah, it's us. No big deal.
Flawless.
But yeah, it just makes me laugh.
It's good.
We were taught, when we taught, like if I said I got the wrong side, the left side is the wrong, and you're just like, oh, sorry.
I get that.
Yeah.
1,000%. I wouldn't want to be with a yoga instructor, any instructor, I guess.
Yeah.
That's saying sorry.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Yeah, and just to really drive it home for us, if we said sorry.
God, that's a good one. I got to share that on the coaches page.
Yeah, if we said sorry in our classes, we had to immediately follow it up with saying, I'm not sorry, I'm sexy. And
that'll teach you.
Everyone in my classes, still to this day, I do it all the time. I say sorry, and someone's like, are you? I'm like, oh, you're right, I'm not sorry, I'm sexy. And it's just such a common thing now, and it just has rung true for me. I mean, even down to my girls now. I find them apologizing, and I'm like, you didn't hurt me. Why are you apologizing? Like, you don't have to apologize for that or for
it gets contagious, and then they're apologizing for everything.
Right. So okay, I see me. I rambled on. I'm going to come back to those go-getters.
Yeah. This was important.
Yeah, I mean, it's the flexibility of their mind is probably the biggest thing for a lot of those that stress. When we lock that stress up, we're jamming it down into our body. And the first place it goes is our emotional junk drawer, and that's our hips. You hear everyone, oh, my back is so sore. My legs are, well, yes, okay, if I did straight leg deadlift, my hams are going to be screaming at me. But why are they hurting consistently? Why is my low back always hurting? Why is my shoulder bothering me? It's all different emotions that we hold inside of our body. And it goes right back to that energy part of it. And again, this is as woo-woo as I get, okay? But we're holding it. And when you go through that moving meditation, not only are you clearing your mind, but you are opening up, you do a back bend and that, and you're opening up your chest, and you're opening up those muscles and those crevices and everything inside of you to work it out. Hip, like a pigeon pose. We do that, after class. Sometimes we'll stretch into a pigeon pose.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I hate it. It's my absolute least favorite pose.
Okay.
It hurts.
Yeah. Glutes.
It hurts. It is, and it's a hip opener.
Yeah.
Because you're getting your front, you're getting your hip flexor as well as your glutes, and then getting on the opposite side as well with the bent leg.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's everything. It's like, hey, it's the little like knock, like tapping on your junk drawer going, what's going to come out? And you kind of start sweating and you're like, I'm just sitting here in this pose. Why am I sweating?
Yeah, it's something of wonder.
And plenty of people have started crying or they're like, why am I tearing up? And you're like, that's the shit. Get it out. Let it out.
I mean, hard to argue with that.
Because it's bubbling up to the surface.
Wow.
So, my least favorite pose, because I know my junk drawer is real messy.
And for people to be in tears in a positive.
In a positive way, yes. And some people, they don't understand or know why. And I mean, that's in those moments.
Is that a fascia release is what's happening?
Yes. Yeah. If you're talking on the physical side of it. I'm also a certified breath coach and a certified stretch coach. And the stretch coach part of it that I do is longer holds. So not to be confused with yin yoga. Yin yoga deals a little bit more with like the meridians in our body and chakras, but still longer holds of stretches. The stretches that I'm doing are solely to break up that fascia and that connective tissue. And you can't do that in 30 seconds or a minute even. 2-minute minimum to truly start breaking up that tissue and let it relax.
Sure.
So I always say, like, I try to build people up like that 2 minute to 5 minutes would be really optimal. And then I add in breath work with it.
Okay.
Because then we start talking about the nervous system.
Yeah.
And what breath work will do, bringing you from your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight, where you're locked up, your muscles are tense. And that's when we're in stress and you're in that go-getter and that go-get-it mode.
Fight or flight.
You're
we
in
talked
fight or
about
flight.
that too.
And when I'm in boot camp, I'm in fight or flight.
Sympathetic.
Yes, your sympathetic nervous system. And, you're in fight or flight. You need that to
perform.
lift, to perform. Exactly. But you can't stay there. And so the breath work is what stimulates our vagus nerve. It runs through our neck. It says vagus nerve, but it's 2 of them. They run down the sides of your neck.
Okay.
And it stimulates your nervous system. And it starts to tell your body, I'm safe. I can calm down here. I can relax. And what that's doing then when your muscles relax, all of the fibers that your muscles are made of, your sarcomeres, and that when you are in the fight or flight or you're flexing your muscle, like they're coming together, they're squeezing tight, and then you relax. And then they're squeezing tighter, and then they relax. And then they're squeezing tighter, and they relax until you are so bound up that you truly can't relax because your muscle, we don't lengthen your muscles. We lengthen the tissues and connective tissues around your muscles when we stretch. And so what that's doing is it's letting those sarcomeres.
They call it lengthening the muscle, but you're saying it's not.
Lengthening. It's not. Yeah.
Okay.
Your muscle is the same length
Okay.
that it's always going to be. And it's different than mine.
But you're saying that then I interrupted you. You got to remember where you left off there.
Yeah.
But you can stretch
try.
the connective tissue you're stretching.
Yes.
And that you can elongate that.
Yeah. In theory, yes.
Okay, like
yeah,
tendons.
Yes. Yeah. They start to relax.
Okay.
And
then where were you going with that?
You can only get to that relaxed state by holding it in that 2 to 5 minute range and adding breath in to get into rest and digest.
Getting in deep.
Yep. And you got to get
I love it.
into rest and digest. And you have to have that balance.
I want to do a session right now.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, I'm fired up about this.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun learning just different bits and pieces, and
You know your stuff.
yeah, it's fun.
Well, how long is one session? 1 hour? One of yours?
It depends on what I'm doing.
What about the ones you're going to be doing at Fire?
Those will be an hour.
Okay.
So, in my opinion, it truly to get through all of the different elements that make a power class, you really need an hour.
Oh, I'm sure. No doubt.
Yeah, 45 minutes is definitely doable. A lot of my special events I would do will kind of just be more like a 45-minute class. You're kind of pumping through the motions.
We tried to do half hours. That was ridiculous. And I never knew that would be, because if at Fire, 30 minutes is
I know
eternal.
I'm trying.
Takes forever.
I'm trying to get them to think an hour is okay. But I also have, I told Kev, owner with Plover, that I am trying to like think up a way to get a 30-minute practice in that is still beneficial.
Okay.
Something that could roll into a specialty camp. Like,
Because God, by the time you get relaxed and you start, it's your 30 minutes is up.
by the time you loosen up,
Yeah.
I joke with people, by the time we kind of go through our integration into the practice and we get through our sun salutations, and then the biggest joke, I'm like, okay, now that we're done with the warm up, and people are dripping sweat already, and they're like, what? or they laugh because they know that I'm totally joking, but I'm not. Because we needed
it's a straight up real warm up.
yeah, we needed to go through all of that.
Well, you really got the body warm.
Yeah, in order to build up to a peak pose. I don't always do a peak pose, but in order to get to certain stretches where I'm like, well, I can't just immediately go put you in pigeon cold.
No.
You got to work up towards it. So 30 minutes is a really tight, and then it's very important, in my opinion, to at least have that 3-minute corpse pose at the end.
Okay.
It gives
You got to shut off.
You got to shut off.
Yeah.
And it gives your body that opportunity to absorb everything or release, depending on what it feels like. To absorb or release that practice that you had.
I forgot what I was going to just ask you with that. Well, before we forget, you have another thing going on here.
Yes.
Power of Pink.
I do.
Breast cancer.
I'm on brand tonight.
Excellent. Excellent. Tell us a little bit about this Power of Pink. You're always running something.
Yeah.
Talk about being a go-getter. You always have something going. If you're not helping one of your charities, your own charities that are real close, it's someone else's.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this Power of Pink.
Sure thing. So Power of Pink, we thought it was 10 years. And the instructor that I told you I started practicing with here in town, Jennifer Novotny.
Yep.
Her and I have become really good friends. And I call her my counterpart. Like, her and I, if I can't do it, she can do it. And if she needs something, I'm there. And we just we flop and switch. So Power of Pink is something she started. She just told me, she's like, I think it was 12 years that she did it. So she started this 12 years ago. When I started practicing with her, I would come to these classes.
What is it exactly?
What is it? So it's a yoga class for breast cancer.
Okay.
So back in the day, it was the Angel Fund, which was a fund in the area with St. Michael's. Then it was St. Michael's Foundation. Then, all the different buyouts and the changes, everything is kind of shifted around and changed a little bit.
But what they do with this is, am I saying they? Who's all involved in this charity? This exact one. Is this something you started?
This is something that Jen started.
She
started it.
She is, so that's how close this is.
Yes.
And the proceeds, everyone are going to families or patients of breast cancer
here locally
that
in
need
Point
some
area.
type of support, right?
Yes.
Explain that, because I was trying to get that out of pie. Tell me more about that. That's super interesting.
Yeah. So you never know exactly when you're giving to some of these, bigger conglomerates and stuff like that, how much of the money is truly coming to help the people locally in town. So, Jen's focus was definitely, I want to support the people that are right here
in town,
that are receiving this treatment. How can I do that? So where it's kind of blended into now is we supply gas cards, grocery cards, sometimes just Visa gift cards. And that at the event, we put out a whole table of greeting cards and markers and stickers for people, and inspirational stickers and stuff for people to write notes of encouragement or that.
Oh, I love it.
And so that we hand those over to the nurses, and they tuck a grocery card or something in there. They can give them out at the holidays, which they do a lot. Or someone's just having a really terrible day and they need a smile.
Yep.
It's something that they hand out. We've talked about doing like hug mugs and that, just like a mug that people could write messaging on. And
so the nurses get this stuff.
We hand them.
And they distribute this stuff as they feel.
Yeah.
necessary.
If you work for the hospital and that's not okay, please don't do anything about it, okay? Because it really helps.
Well, yeah, that's the
disclaimer.
politics of it, right? Because this is a good one, guys.
Yeah. She started doing it, and it was just a yoga class. She would have a little cup of nuts and a boxer, bottle of wine, and that afterwards, and people would start bringing cookies in. So it was almost kind of like potluck.
And now we're talking about the event itself, the Power of Pink itself.
Yep.
Goodies and some treats, some snacks, but then the main course is the yoga session.
And the main course is the yoga session. Yes.
Got it.
Yeah. And roll into COVID, and she lost the space to be able to hold the event.
Okay.
And at that time, the gym that I was working out at had the opportunity. They already had the whole floor gridded out into 40 spaces. And I'm like, hey, I said, I could ask if you want to host it there. Like, there's 40 spots already out there. I know, like, that's right about how much she used to have in the old space.
Okay.
And I said, if you want, like, I'm happy to help you with it. I said, I love going to this event every year. I wanna help. And I mean, 100% donation. So like we always, in the past, it's been, we recommend X amount, but people put in whatever they want.
Okay.
In the last few years, we've had to say, okay, nope, now it's a ticketed event. But yes, there's always the big pink jug at check-in. Mm-hmm. And if you want to donate more, by all means, you can. Yeah. So that first year that I helped her out, we more than tripled the amount that we brought in.
Because you're a go-getter.
I tried. So
it's got to make you feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, she looked at me and she's like, yeah, you're doing this with me every year. I'm like, okay, cool. Cool.
That's the bad news.
Yeah.
You're sucked in now.
For sure. But so we have raffle baskets and that we get from people in the community.
So how does somebody that's listening, that's local, get signed up for this?
Yeah. So honestly, going to, if you have social media, going to Facebook, we have Bluebirds Yoga. We have the Facebook.
Okay, go to Bluebird Yogurt.
Yogurt.
Been a long day.
Blueberry yogurt? No.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, Bluebird Yoga on Facebook. We do have a Facebook event, and it's Power of Pink.
Okay.
And then also Bluebird Yoga on Instagram. In our bio, we have a link tree in there that would bring you to the link, as well as the separate link is also listed right there.
Bluebird Yoga.
Yes.
Not yogurt.
Not yogurt.
There's a difference.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, on our socials, I mean, we keep posting a link and in all of our posts.
So the listeners should get onto your page, your page so they get all the updates.
Yes. Yeah.
Follow you on Instagram.
Yes. And that's totally not what the whole point of this was. But
no,
yes,
not at all.
But
this, you have stuff like this. And I think the people that want to connect with you, they found out a lot about you, your history with how you got involved in yoga, know a little bit more about your family. Yeah. People like to stay connected.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to pump you,
No,
you're not selling anything per se.
I know. So yeah, it's, you can definitely check it out there. I think I took a look at the gym floor space, because it'll be held at the fitness camp in Clover. And I'm estimating that we can put about 80 people in there.
But not to do yoga.
No, to do yoga.
80 people?
Yeah. We're not going Midwest comfortable. Okay. No, we're going big city comfortable.
Okay.
Like your max.
Yeah. No, that's the reality of it.
Yeah.
Because people rent spaces in the city. We talk about that. We have it made here.
Yeah.
They're a elongated, right, skinny strip mall.
Right.
And you pack them in.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah,
that would be cool.
This is not a Midwest.
Somebody's gonna fart.
Oh gosh, yeah. This is not a Midwest comfortable event.
I love it.
This is we get in there and
what is you didn't say the date? October 24th?
Yes, Friday, October 24th. We have the doors open at about 5:30 because it give you about an hour before the class actually starts to come in, get your spot, get settled, and then opportunity to go look at the raffles and get any extra tickets.
I'm going. Who else is going? 80 people can pack into that floor.
I think so. Honestly, there could probably even be more, but I haven't held it there.
When we hold fitness, we have a different formula though for fitness.
Correct.
8-foot Olympic bar, you should be able to spin around. That was my philosophy.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
That's an 8x8 spot. So you could probably do 4 or 5 people in that space.
Yeah, I'm talking like 3 by 6.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's great.
Roughly a mat, 2.5 by 6 feet.
You shouldn't have to cap something like this either.
Yeah.
As long as you could find a space somewhere and hear the instruction.
Absolutely.
Are you using a mic?
And I don't know yet.
I mean, with that many people.
I project my voice pretty well. I haven't in the past. I haven't used a mic.
I kind of think that the mic done right can be soothing.
Guys, they're trying to suck me in as a coach. They keep calling me coach.
Yeah.
And now
Well, you
they're going
are.
to try to put the mic on me. So
You are a coach
I'm a
at
coach.
heart.
Yeah, at heart.
Well, you
So-
are. I mean, that's part of your fibers. We talked about genetics.
Yeah. So we'll see. If anything, I think Jen could use the mic because I handle the first half of class.
Okay.
I get the moving, the flow, the everything because that's my style,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Jen is the long, slow, delicious. She has a class called Long, Slow, Deep. So she's like the delicious and yummy stretches at the end.
All right.
and
I
all
love that.
So it's the calmer, kind of more quieter time. So I'll let her wear the mic.
That's Friday.
Yeah.
6:30.
Yep. And
I'm usually in the tavern about 6:30.
oh well.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, we do have an after party too.
Okay,
So
put me down.
Are hosting
right.
the after party. We draw the raffles during the class. We have volunteers that draw that during the class, so that afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yep. Afterwards, you know right away if
Okay,
you
but
want
they're
a
not. You're
basket.
not. They're not announcing them during class.
They're not announcing them during
be
class.
a distraction.
No,
Gotcha.
we usually put it out on a big strip.
There you
of
go.
Some paper,
Got it.
and you can
Got it.
just like you're going to go see if you got the part in the play or
Yeah.
go
yeah.
onto the
yep.
list.
Yep. That's a good idea.
But in the point you said, like, no, we're not going to cap, or you shouldn't have to cap
Yeah.
something like that. If yoga's not their thing, and you're like, no, thank you. Like, I really don't want to do
Just
any
go
of the
try it.
yoga.
Though. Just go flop around.
Oh,
That's
100
what we say. Go flop around.
100%. We have a good time. We really do. But
I like that approach to getting people because people get nervous.
yeah, for sure.
They think they got to commit so far in advance to this stuff.
yeah.
And it's going to be like, oh, it's just, you shouldn't be stressed out. Nervous is fine, but not stressed out.
And there is no perfect pose for any pose in yoga.
There you go. You heard it, guys.
Yeah, everybody is completely different, and it's going to look different in everybody. So there's never this ideal. Sure, there's some that are going to be more flexible and maybe able to lunge deeper or X, Y, and Z. I don't know, but like, there's no perfect. If you are bending over and you feel a stretch where I'm telling you, like, hey, you maybe should feel a stretch here, you're doing it. Cool. If you come to my class and you lay down on your mat and you just breathe for 60 minutes,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
You did yoga.
I might do that.
Yeah, you did yoga.
Don't call me out then.
Oh no, I'm gonna call
You
you
said I
out.
could. You said I could.
I'll call you out.
All right. I figured.
But anyway, if yoga's not their thing, you can still donate through that same link where you can go to sign up. There's options to say, nope, I still want to donate though, and
Great.
those details are in
Okay.
there.
Through your site.
Yep.
Okay.
And then additionally through that link, if you're like, I really want to be there, I want to help out with this event, but like, no, I don't want to participate in the yoga
Okay.
part. I will find a job for you.
Okay.
I got lists of jobs
That's excellent.
that I can have people do.
Volunteer.
So, yeah. So
That's
if you just want
fantastic.
to come and volunteer and have a good
And
time.
they should reach out to you via those social
they
media
can-
links as well.
Yep, they can reach out in that exact same link. I
Private message.
chuck it all right in
Okay.
there. And then not to mention there's also apparel. Every year we started apparel.
Okay.
And so there is a
You have to.
power. You have to.
Swag.
It's fun, right?
Yeah.
So it's
What a great cause, though.
yeah, Power Pink 2025. There's 2 different tank top options and 2 different t-shirt options. And again, same link. You can go right through all of that.
And the people that are getting this stuff, these pick-me-ups from, they're at a low sometimes during
Yep.
treatment.
Yes.
And you're the savior for them. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Yeah, we've gotten some really wonderful thank you notes.
Really. I bet you
Yes,
heartfelt.
coming back from them. Yes, it's everything from it was the day I found out and it was the worst day ever and this was just such a breath of fresh air, or someone going, I don't know how I'm buying my Thanksgiving meal this year because we're swamped in medical bills.
See?
And to come in with, again, the grocery card or the Visa gift card, and it just, what a difference it
That was a
makes.
game changer.
Yes, yeah. It's been really rewarding.
Wow.
So, and we kind of do it, hand them out throughout the year. We've raised a decent amount of funds in the past where it's like, okay, we can't just hand over however, this much in
Okay.
gift cards. Poor nurses, I don't think, have a place to lock that up. So we kind of, in like more shifts, like quarterly, we kind of check in, like, are you ready?
That makes sense.
Ready for the next amount? Great, and pass it along.
And you're going to get different people in their stages too.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely.
You're going to help more people.
Yes. Yeah. We did one year. We were like, oh, like, did a basket for this person, or we did 4 baskets for these 4 patients that were selected by the nurses or something, and then anything that was extra was just like Visa gift cards. And they came back and you're like, you know what, we really enjoy doing the Visa gift cards or the grocery and the gas, and we're like, great, we'll do all of that. And then that's where we came up with like greeting cards and people being able to write messages at the event to encouragement and just well wishes.
It's fantastic. So they know where to reach you. They know what you do.
Yeah.
What did we miss? We could have talked a lot longer than this.
Oh, well, my puppy's name is Lola.
Our puppy's name's Lola, and can they friend you on Facebook?
Yeah. You bet.
So Lola's 16, by the way.
Lola's 16. We had a discussion about our pups beforehand because
always.
I'm obsessed with their pups, and I was really hoping that they would be here, but they're not.
They've been in the podcast though.
Yes.
They find them. They know how to get involved.
I heard, yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think. It's
what the last thing I have quick here is what is your best advice? Because you're a busy mom.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. What is your best advice? Doesn't have to be pertaining to yoga. Just okay. You're a coach, and you are a coach, life coach-ish too. Really, you don't have the title.
No,
you don't have that certification, maybe.
Yeah.
But you have a lot of other certifications.
Yeah.
What is your best advice for a busy mom who just feels like she's swamped and drowning?
Oh. And I was going to say, find your person. If you don't have a person, find one. Getting in to be able to talk to somebody just to get that load off your shoulders. There's plenty of times. I feel like I've turned into a therapist for people before, and like I'm trying my best to hold space for them, but also going like, I don't have a doctorate. You need to go see someone. But whether that's a best friend, a parent, a spouse, partner, etc. Find somebody and say it, and just say it out loud first, and then you decide what you need. For me, that's movement, as it's always been. Dropping caffeine down and movement.
Yeah,
the two biggest
dropping
things.
Caffeine down is a big one.
Yeah.
I actually had a doctor tell me that, and I thought he was crazy until I did it.
Yeah, they're like, do you know how much caffeine is, appropriate for the human body? And I'm like, I don't know,
what is it?
5 milligrams? Zero. Looked at me and they're like, 0. I'm like, yeah, but like I like black coffee.
Well, if it works for you, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you find yourself on edge and miserable, like I did,
Yeah.
you might want to take a look at that.
Exactly. So yeah.
Find your person.
Find your person.
Get the load off.
Yes.
Like Jesse Gonzalez was on the show and he said, what does he say? Let's see if I can butcher this. Every problem shared is a problem cut in half.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I haven't heard that before.
No, yeah, I like that a lot.
So, and that eases the pain and lightens the load.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Finding your person. And the old cliche of it takes a village is no joke at all. Like there are times that I'm sitting here and I'm going, okay, just the mental load.
People need people.
People need people. Yeah.
That's one thing through COVID is like you don't realize we all can think we're anti-humans because sometimes people suck.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about vibes and you're talking about energy, I think you're right on.
Mm-hmm.
That's human connection and people need it.
Absolutely.
I know a couple people that have really shut themselves off from others, and you become very, very negative.
Yeah.
And you become depressed.
Yeah. And that's the part that I love about yoga. The boot camps are great, but the heaviest weight's the door, right? You got to get in. Now you're in a crowd. I mean, even I can tell in just the clothes I wear to the gym. What I wore when I first walked in here, just over a year ago or almost a year ago, to like what I wear now is different. And it's just the it was Ashlee wanting to hide versus Ashlee being comfortable in where she's at.
We see a lot of that.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
The before and afters can speak volumes.
Right. And the great part about yoga is, yeah, you got to walk into that studio, but you can drop down on that mat and you can imagine 4 walls shooting up from your mat, and you don't have to talk to anybody. When I first started practicing, it was silent. You didn't talk when you got into the studio. You could talk outside, you could talk in the waiting area, the whatever, but when you walked in,
It's fair.
it was quiet. And it wasn't like you didn't even want whispers, and that it was just quiet. And if someone's head was down and you're next to them, you especially weren't talking, because it just meant that they were trying to like focus in or shut something out, or just they needed that time where they're just within those 4 corners. And I say that a lot in class too. And I'm like, I want you to imagine those 4 corners of your mat, all your attention, everything comes within those 4 corners, and I want you to focus on your breath. I don't want you looking around. That's why we don't face the mirrors. I don't want mirrors.
No, I get that for sure.
Yep. I don't want you to see what your...
This is a whole different deal.
Yeah. I don't want you to see what your warrior 2 looks like compared to the person next to you. And I mean, we're human. We're going to look around.
But you should be able to do it with your eyes closed, really.
Right.
Theoretically, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've heard people say about how I practice, or how I teach. I'm telling you where to put your foot, where to, I want, your foot angled about 45 degrees, like what feels comfortable for you, but like push through the knife edge of your foot. Your arms are up at shoulder height. Try to reach for the front and the back of the room. So things like that they're like, oh yeah, like this is where my body should be. Whether it's actually there or not, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If
Right.
in their head
Right.
they're going, yep, it's where she told me it's supposed to be.
It was like you said, as long as you should be feeling it here.
Right.
And
Yeah.
if they are, it's good.
Yeah. Right. Or you could be feeling it here. If you
There are no superstars in yoga,
No.
right?
No. And again, nothing's right, nothing's wrong. Like I tell them, like when we're sitting in a chair pose, and they're like, okay, we've been here, and I'm like, well, that's cool. I'm like, you can sit with discomfort, right? I'm like, I don't want pain, but if you're in pain, please stand up. If you're just uncomfortable, give me an inch lower. Like, stay there. So yeah, it's finding I think yoga's a good practice for that. When things do feel really heavy, you can just go find that clarity and come within those 4 corners of that mat and just shut everything else out.
I think you built a good case for yoga, period.
Oh, thank you.
For a lot of people. I think there's misconceptions, and I think people need more of it in a society where I think people need more therapy.
Yeah.
I think this is a good alternative.
Yeah. Well, and you mentioned earlier my daughter Sloan. She is anxious as can be when she gets to that plate. And again, she's going to kill me if she ever listens to this. I hope she doesn't. But we've looked into, your sports psychology and mindfulness practices and things like that, we're just scratching the surface with her. And she does not enjoy yoga. Neither of my kids do. Cool.
I don't know if there are kids that enjoy yoga. I think it's
There's
it's
some.
a mature thing, though.
Yes.
Because you got to go to a certain place here.
Yeah. My mature husband doesn't like hot yoga because he says I'm waterboarding him. So
Where do you do that, by the way?
a hot yoga class. Right now,
Like where could I go do that?
Plover Yoga has a heated space.
Really?
It's a forced air. It's not a
Okay, not
infrared.
Yeah, that's what I
Nope.
was. Where would be the closest infrared for?
Wausau.
Because I love
Yep.
infrared. I mean, I love heat.
Yes.
They do in Wausau, okay.
Yep. Salt.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's called Salt?
Salt.
Okay.
Yep. And they're fantastic.
I've heard of that.
Yep.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I want to go
not at
do
all.
it.
Yeah. No, not at all.
But I'm going to be coming to you first.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
You're going to get me warmed up.
I'll warm you up. Yeah. And we do warm the gym up. The people in the late boot camps really hate me for that, but
They can deal with it. It's called fire, not
yeah.
ice.
Yeah. I try to heat it up a little.
Where do you want it? 80?
I think I put it at about 80. I want a studio about 98. That's my for power yoga. If you were doing something like your hot 26 and 2, that is more in the 112 to 115 range.
Really? Wow.
And you can't get that with forced air.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
no, I wouldn't think so.
Salt, though, like I said, I mean, they have the infrared panels. They've posted before. They've hit the 3 digits before. So, but most places around here, or not most, all the places around here I've ever taught at are just forced air.
Okay.
And
Because I love the infrared. I have infrared. 140 goes up to.
yeah, yep. So, speaking of sauna, because of sauna, right? An infrared sauna. Have you ever tried the wood-fired one downtown?
No.
Nordic Night Sauna. A little plug for them. They are unbelievable, but it is a wood-fired sauna. And we're talking like 190.
Well, yeah, that's the real
Like
deal.
their access,
That's the real deal, yeah.
Their access, it's like 175 is their goal.
What is this place? It's a spa?
No, it is it's a sauna. I think it's on wheels, but they don't move it. Like it's set into a lot right back behind, oh boy.
Arbuckles and all that?
No. It's by like the North Side Yard Apartments
Okay.
and that, but I don't know why right now I can't.
It's in its little own container.
Essentially.
And you pay for this.
And you pay for this.
I would do this.
Yeah.
No one told me about this.
You do, yeah. It's fantastic. So I mean, it's a walk up.
You have to send me a link.
I will.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm in for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love this stuff.
Yep. And I mean they have hosts that guide. They'll
Okay.
come in. So at those temperatures, though, they do it kind of the traditional, like Nordic way. Like you want to have 15 minutes in the sauna or sauna.
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
technically how
Yeah.
you should say it.
Yeah, it is.
I'm very Midwest. So either way, like 15 minutes in, 15 minutes out,
Okay.
etc. They have dump buckets, cold water dump buckets.
Wow.
Like pull the cord and get splashed.
Dinner inside there?
No, outside.
Wow.
So everything is outside.
I can't picture this.
Yeah.
I gotta. Okay.
I'll send you the
Okay.
link.
All right.
But,
Fair enough.
Wonderful business, female-owned business, and they do all the things.
Okay.
New moon classes or meditation classes. A fellow yoga instructor I know will teach a mindful movement class before or after, and cupping. They have they've been doing fire cupping now, which is pretty cool.
Oh wow.
All sorts of neat things, but yeah, it's just this little startup, but the sauna is
That's fantastic.
everything.
Okay.
So
Well, thank you so much for coming aboard.
absolutely.
This is 1 in 10, and she said she was nervous.
I know.
What
Come
on.
An hour and a half. Oh.
We were just getting warmed up.
Yeah.
Get it?
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming on. Do it with intensity, guys, or not at all. Out. Thank you. Did you have fun?
Yeah. I'm like sweating.
Oh, yeah, we keep it hot in here, too.
Yeah. Should I put it on here? Or on?
Yeah, on there. It doesn't matter.
Okay.